Alrighty, so hi everyone. My name is Elena Brown. I'm going to be your chair instructor for the day. Today we will be focusing on just chair stretches, so we're not going to be doing any strengthening exercises. So please feel free to follow along and let's get started. So we're just going to start by rotating our head. And in the opposite direction. And nodding up and down. And side to side. And now we're just going to press and hold on the right side. And on the left side. And then we're gonna nod up and down again. And then we're just gonna shrug our shoulders back. And shrug them forward. And reach up those arms and stretch all the way up. You should really feel this everywhere in your torso, in your back, in your arms, and hold this. And bring those arms down. Then we're just going to turn to the left side, twist that torso. And on the right side, same thing. And now we're just going to continue to shrug those shoulders back, shrug them forward. Now we're just going to bring our arm forward. And now backwards. And now the other side. So bringing that arm forward. Should feel this all in your shoulders. And backwards. And now we're going to take our left arm across our body. And right arm across the body. And left arm behind the head. And right arm behind the head. And then we're just going to place our arms behind our body. Let's see. Place our hands behind the body, pushing that chest forward. And we're just going to come back to relax. We're going to bring our shoulders forward and our arms forward while our back is arched, just like so. And now bring it back to where our arms are attempting to be behind us and our chest is forward. And again, arch the back, arch the shoulders. You can really feel the stretch in your upper back and in your shoulders. And now bring those arms back. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. And pull those arms back. Now we're just going to reach over with our right arm over onto our left side. So nice deep stretch. And left side. And now we're just going to bring our arms forward, the shoulders pressing forward. Act as though your back is a C. So we're trying to get our back as curved as possible to get a good stretch in. And now we're going to bring it back to where our hands are by our side. Now we're just going to reach over onto our left side, do the same thing on the right side, and we're going to interchange them rhythmically. Two more. Awesome job. Alrighty. So now we are going to pull our leg up. Oops. Just scoot down a little bit. Pull that leg up. And pull that other leg up, the left leg up. Welcome in. Hello. We're just doing some total body stretches, so we're kind of hopping around today. So feel free to join in and just follow along. Now we're just going to extend our legs all the way out. So you're sitting upright in your chair. Our legs are extended out straight in front of us. They're still on the ground. We're just going to lean down and touch our ankles. And come back up, and we're going to do the same thing that we were doing before. For those of you who were not here, we were reaching over onto our left side, then reaching over onto our right side rhythmically. And so that the rhythm is what we're going to replicate when we're stretching towards our ankles. We're going to stretch towards our ankles and then come back up. Inhale, exhale, touch your ankles. Inhale, exhale, touch your ankles. Inhale, one more time. Exhale, touch your ankles. And up we go. Awesome. Alrighty. So now what we're going to do is we are going to return to our torso stretches. We're just going to twist our torso kind of how we did before, but instead this time we're going to add rhythm to it. So we are just going from side to side. And each time you should be getting a little bit more range of motion. Awesome. Now we're going to reach our hands up in the air and we are going to stretch our legs out and try to get your body as straight as possible in the chair as you can. You know, the stretches that you do in the morning when you wake up, this is very similar to that. So we're just reaching up, stretching. Okay, bring those arms down. And then we are going to place our leg on top of our other leg. So kind of like a man reading a newspaper, just like this. So we are going to put our leg up and just roll the ankle. Roll the ankle in the opposite direction. And then we're just going to roll the ankle by itself without any assist. And in the opposite direction. Then we're going to point, 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 and flex, point, and flex, point, and flex, point, and flex. And what I'm doing to point and flex is literally pulling my toes towards my body, and then I'm releasing and then pushing my toes against away from my body. So that's how you assist your ankle strength and also your ankle mobility. Let's bring up that other leg. We're going to do the same thing. we're just gonna roll our ankle and in the opposite direction. Now we're just gonna roll it by ourselves. So just and in the opposite direction. All right, then we're just going to again do our point and flex. So we're pointing, pulling our toes towards our body, and then we're flexing. So placing our toes away from our body and point and flex and point and flex and point. And you should also feel this in your calf. This, when you do your flex, you should feel that all up your the lower part of your leg. All right. And as you can hear, I'm cracking quite a bit today, so that's why I really wanted to focus on just stretching today. And so now what we're going to do, we're actually going to go back into the same position on our left side. We are going to distribute our weight down onto to point towards our right toe. So basically, I'm just folded over and I'm stretching my back, my leg, my glutes. And it also just feels good to just kind of dump your weight. And then we're just going to press down on our leg right here. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So we just dump our weight to touch our left toe. And reach up and just distribute your weight onto that knee and push it down to where you are getting the full stretch. Awesome. Alrighty, so now what we are going to do, I do want to stand up. Before we stand up, I want to do some of these stretches in the chair. So what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see whether you all can see my legs. We're going to put up our legs like so, so kind of like in a flex position, but we want to make sure that our legs are completely straight and our muscles are engaged. And we're just going to pull them up and then we're just going to put them back down. So pull them up with our toes like flexing towards us and then put them down. Put them up and put them down. Up and down. Awesome. And so now what we're going to do is stand up. And I want us to do that same exact exercise with our toes flexed upwards. So let me actually step back here our toes flexed upwards. So I have one leg back here, and I have the other leg flexing my toe towards the ceiling. And I'm placing my hand down on my foot so I can get a good stretch. You can feel this in your calf, in your legs, everywhere. It's a really great stretch. I can also feel it in my back as well. So if you need a total body stretch in the middle of the workday, this is a great way to do so. Alrighty, now we're just going to return to our chair, and I want us to do some stand up slash sit down exercises. So we were primarily focusing on stretching in the beginning, and I want to do some seated squats. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand up like so, and then sit back down. And we're going to do that 10 times for 3 sets. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started, ready, and begin. And I want you to go nice and slow, go your pace. You do not have to go my pace. You can go slower or you can go faster. Alrighty? Ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead, and in between those sessions, we're just going to take a deep, deep breath to relax our mind, relax our body, and center ourselves. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, and hold, exhale, 1, 2, 3. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, hold, and exhale, 1, 2, 3. Again, inhale, hold, exhale, 1, 2, 3. Awesome job. Alrighty, so now we're gonna get started with our second set. So we're doing 10, ready, and begin. Remember, go your own pace. Ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Same thing again. We're going to sit here and rest because I'm a little out of breath, and we're gonna do our deep breaths and begin. Remember to count to 3. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome job. All right, I'm feeling better already. So we're gonna go in for our third and final set of body weight squats. Ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know you can feel the burn. We have 2 more left. 9 and 10. Awesome job. Go ahead and return to your seat. And we're just going to do a couple more deep breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Awesome job. If you have some water, you can go ahead and take a sip of that. Alrighty, so now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our core. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up our legs towards our chest as though we're marching while we're seated. So it's going to look like this right here. Make sure that your abs are contracted and that you are pulling up your knee as much as possible. But honestly, your abs should stay contracted this entire time. You can hold on to the sides of your chair to further anchor you. Awesome. Alrighty. So we're gonna relax there. Just take a couple deep breaths or just breathe in general. We've done our breath work for the day. So I hope that was really helpful in recentering you and just calming your nervous system. That's always a great thing to do in the middle of the day. Actually, if you have an Apple Watch, they encourage you to do that. It's a notification that you can receive. So if you don't have an Apple Watch, I am your notification for today. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on our second set. We're just gonna go until you feel the contraction is working. Normally, your ab muscles are a great muscle to tire out because the stronger that they become, the stronger the rest of your body becomes. Your core is an essential part of your body, as I'm sure you all know. So, just strengthening this on a everyday basis is totally necessary. So let's go ahead and get started putting our legs up. 1, and remember, we're not counting, we're just going until we basically can't go anymore. All right, and stop. Go ahead and place your hands on your ankles. And get a good stretch with your hands towards the ceiling. All right, put those arms down. Let's go ahead and get started with our third and final set. So for positioning in the chair, I would recommend that you're not totally seated upwards. You're slanted at an angle. As you can see, I'm kind of like slouched, as people would say, but I'm still sitting up straight and I'm still erect. I just need to stay in this position to neutralize your spine and also to engage your core more. All right, so engaging the core, putting those legs up. Make sure to breathe through this exercise. All right, and stop. Alrighty, so our last exercise of the day before we get started with our wellness point is going to be a quad strengthening exercise. So similar to kind of how one of our stretches was, we're going to place our foot up and place it back down. But what we want to do is be very controlled with our contractions, and you want to be very controlled with putting your leg down. So when we place our leg up, we hold it, you can feel that your muscles are contracting, then you slowly release, okay? So let's go ahead and do 10. Ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. All right, so we're gonna do 2 more sets of that, and that will complete the exercise portion of our session today. And I am just pulling up our wellness point for the day. Alrighty, so we are going to go ahead and get started with our second set. If this exercise is difficult for you to maintain the contraction of your muscle, I want you to not go as far up. So you can go as far up as you can, but if you can't make it up, that's okay. So let's go ahead and do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Alrighty, so we're gonna do 10 again, and then we're gonna go straight into our wellness point. So let's go ahead and get started with our third and final set, and we have some time management to learn about. So ready and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome job. Give yourselves a pat on the back for that awesome stretch session / strength training. Let's go ahead and get started with our wellness point of the day. So today we're talking about time management, and I know I don't have an image up yet, but today we're talking about time management, and time management is so important for um, really everyone, but I would say those of us who have and want to do more with our days. We're finding that we always want to include certain aspects of our day. Like if we want to include exercise, if we want to include meal prepping time. Let's see. Um, Make sure I can share my screen. Okay. So, are you all able to see? Okay. So, one of the benefits of uh, time management is just being able to do more in a day. Because once you're able to manage your time properly, you're able to orient your schedule according to what it is you have to do. So, here are a couple of tips that are provided by the South Central Foundation of Fitness, Dance, and the Arts as far as time management tips. So, we have plan your schedule around your attention span. So this is a really important point. If you are someone who needs to hop from subject to subject or thing to thing, schedule that in. You know, okay, I'm going to spend 30 minutes on this exercise. I'm going to do 10 minutes on this exercise, and then I'm going to take a break. And then I'm going to go back to that original item that I first started, and then kind of oriented around your attention span. And then we also have tried cognitive behavioral therapy techniques. So this can include mnemonics to remember things, or just really implementing better habits for remembering what it is you have to do. And then we also have creating routine. So that's kind of obvious with time management, but creating a routine in your schedule to where you are expected to do something at a certain part of the day really helps. Your body will actually remember with you as well. So that's really great. I would suggest, like, if the main part why I wanted to talk about time management today was because a lot of people say they don't have time to work out. And this is literally where you can build it into your routine. So, if you're used to getting up at 7 a.m. and you want to start waking up earlier to exercise, don't aim for 5 a.m. Aim for maybe 6 a.m. and then you can get to 5:30 and you kind of build like that. But you definitely want to create a routine where you're going to do the same things every day, or at least on a consistent basis, to implement those habits. And then have a place for everything, making sure that your space is clean and your um, area is prepared for whatever it is you have to do. I think this one is very important because, as someone who loses things a lot, it's definitely useful to just keep things in the right place all the time so you can always find it. Another one is building in breaks. So you want to make sure that you are being attentive to yourself in terms of when you need a break, in terms of when you don't need a break, just having that scheduled in all the time. Remembering to eat, remembering to stretch, remembering to just take a moment and breathe. That's super important. And then I would say that removing distractions has a same benefit as having everything in one place. You're able to think more clearly when you don't have distractions around you, for obvious reasons, but also because if you're sticking to your schedule, you really don't have time for distractions. That can go into your break time. And then add in buffer time. This is for when you sometimes don't feel like making your meals in exactly 2 hours. Maybe you want to watch TV and make your meals. So just like buffering in time to be a little bit flexible with yourself and have a little bit of grace. Alrighty, so that is all I have for time management. Remember, as you're building in a workout routine into your schedule, try to do it at the same time each day. That way you can stay committed to it. And yes, that is all I have for you all today. Thank you all so much for joining, and I hope to see you all next week. Alrighty, bye bye.